Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany for those of you who are new, so welcome. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about my favorite brushes and what I use them for. So I actually get asked this a lot. People will just tell me like they don't know where to start, what brushes to get. So I'm just going to tell you my favorite brushes because I have like a lot more than this, but these are like my go-to favorites that I use every single day and that are great for starting out. And I think they are really inexpensive because I don't use like any expensive brushes besides one, but I give you guys like an alternative to that brush because I didn't always have this brush. Like I haven't had it that long. So I guess I'm just gonna jump right into it because I do have quite a bit, just to kind of give you guys an idea. And if you don't do all the steps that I talk about, you don't need those brushes, obviously. So first, for foundation, if I do not use just like any beauty blender, then I will use my Morphe M439. I just love how dense it is, and it just puts on my foundation really nicely, and it doesn't leave any streaks at all. And it's really inexpensive. I will say most of the brushes I use are from Morphe just because you can get them in sets and they're just really inexpensive, and I think they're good quality. It's just, like, I know a lot of people don't trust like huge YouTubers, but I tried them out and I love them. I haven't had any shedding issues or breaking or anything like that. So if you do feel like trying them out, I would actually recommend them. Just use some random YouTuber's code and yeah, you can save 10% or whatever their code is. I'm sure you can find one because they're everywhere. Best believe that. As far as concealer goes, I always use like either a beauty blender, which you can use the same one I use for foundation, or if you want to be extra like I am, I use a different sponge. This is the Tarte purple sponge they have on their website. I love this for blending out my under eye concealer and on my chin and nose and my forehead and everything. But so I do not use a brush actually for my concealer. I'll just run through this line of brushes and then share what I use them for. So after that, I like to contour, which I will use if I do cream contour. I have those sticks, and then I'll also dip in my beauty blender and with the tip, and then just pat it on and then blend it out. So I generally don't use a brush, but if I do, sometimes I use this brush. Is from Royal and Langnickel. It's the Moda Pro in, it says BMX 250 Chisel. So I like the shape of it, and it's dense. It just like hugs your face. So I either use it with cream or powder, but it works great both ways. Alright, next for setting my face, after I do cream, I'll either use this Morphe E3 brush. It's just like nice and tapered. I like to set my under eyes with this especially, or just all over my face. Kind of just depends on my mood. But if I am in a hurry, I will actually use this brush. Is the Morphe E1. This is how big this brush is. I like it because I can just do my neck, set my neck really quick, so that way when I hug people, my foundation doesn't come off, or just set my face. This is also a great brush to use your powder foundation if you're just wanting to get it on really quick. It's really dense, and I've had this brush for 2 years now, same with this one. Both still great. Both have their form really nicely, and I love these. So lately I have been using this brush to set under my eyes with my translucent powder. This is from Real Techniques. They had this in like a 3-set kit from Ulta. This one is the contour brush, it says, which I could see how I guess you would use it for that, but I personally like it to set under my eyes with the powder and my chin. This is just great for days when I need to set my concealer a little bit better than just using like a bigger brush. I just like this because it's more precise, if that makes sense. Alright, next, this is also part of that set. I use this to bronze my face or contour, kind of both. I used it today. I like it because it's like the perfect thickness. I can just take it and go like that. This is part of the set as well. It's Real Techniques. I picked mine up at Ulta. This one, it says it is the buffing brush. So I don't know if I'd love this for foundation because it's a little bit flimsier. I feel like it could leave streaks, but I love it for bronzing up my face or contour. It's just so precise. Like, lately I've been loving being more precise with my bronzer, and every time I do that it is with this brush. Hopefully I'm not going too quickly through this, but I don't want this video to be super long because I have a lot of brushes to get through. So sorry if you have any other questions, just leave them down below. Alright, next for contour, I really love this Tarte brush. I don't know the name of it because it doesn't have a name on it, but I do know they sell it on their website, and if you see it, you'll know what I'm about. It's wood. This is perfect for contour. You can literally just go like that, and you're great and good to go. Don't just buy the brush because Tarte usually will do the little bag sets. I think it's like $30 to $50, and you get a brush that you get to choose, which you can always choose this one, which is what I did, and I love this brush. This is just like an easy contour brush. This was like my everyday, but lately I've been doing more of like a bronzed look. However, great for contour, especially if you're someone who isn't good at like doing a straight line, and this way you literally just put it right where you want it and just wiggle it. So it's kind of like, it just makes it so much simpler, I guess. I don't know, but I really love it. Alright, next I have my like go-to bronzer brushes when I really want to bronze up my face. First, this is like my one expensive brush that I have. It is the Marc Jacobs bronzer brush. It was like ridiculous, but I love this. It's really worth it. It just feels so nice and luxurious. It was kind of like one of those splurge moments that I had. It is clean right now. Has like these like white tips, but I love it just to bronze up like my entire face, like literally. And now the brush that I used to use before I had this one, whenever I wanted to bronze up my face really quickly, was this Morphe M527. So this, it is nice because you can just literally pack on your bronzer like super quickly, and it just bronzes your whole face. It doesn't take forever. So it kind of just depends on what you're looking for. If you're wanting something that does it really quick and all over, definitely go with a bigger one like this. This one isn't as dense, and I haven't used it in a while. But yeah, so if you want a more precise one, definitely look into one of the other ones that I mentioned previously. Alright, next as far as blush goes, lately I've been loving this Morphe brush. I don't know the name of it, but it is in the Copper Dream set, which I would highly recommend if you are just starting out or looking for a good set of makeup brushes. Get the Copper Dream set from Morphe. These handles are not as nice, or at least they don't feel as nice as like these black ones. Like, they're lighter, but I haven't had any issues with the brushes, and they are fabulous. And I love this one for applying my blush. I used to use a little bit of a bigger Morphe brush, but I like this one because it's a bit more precise. And I think it just fits my face better because I can just apply it to my apples and then just blend it back a little bit. Definitely a great brush though. Next, for highlight, I love these two brushes. I have two options, kind of depending on what you like more. I really used to like the Morphe M501, but mine is used and abused, so I kind of retired it. But I've really been loving this fan brush from Morphe. It is the Morphe M601. It's just like the perfect fan brush for your highlight. And yeah, I really love this brush. It's such a great fan brush. It's not too thick, not too thin, not too big. It's just literally like perfect. So now if you're wanting something a little bit more precise though, I've really been loving the Morphe M504 just to be super, super precise. Maybe get the tip of your nose and your chin and all of that jazz. So these are like my two go-to highlighting brushes. Alright, now we're on to eyes slash eyebrows, if you want to call it. So for my eyebrows, whenever I use powder, I like to use this Wunder 2 brush. You can honestly use like any brush that has a spoolie on it and like an angled brush side. I have another, but I cannot find it. But I know like literally every company has one, even the drugstore, and any one of them is fine, like I promise. Just make sure it's not like super thick, but most aren't. Most are about this as far as like thickness goes, and it's just nice if you want to like powder in your brows. Next, as far as eyeliner goes, so back when I would use a like gel liner in a pot, a lot of them came with a brush, but I didn't really love them. However, I bought a lot of the Kylie liners, and I love the brush that comes with them. They're this angled brush, and it is the perfect thickness, has enough give to it, and I love the angle. It just makes applying your liner so easy and effortless, and you can just make your wing so easy too. You can just literally put it right where you want it and just drag it. Now this is also a great brush for a liner. It is from Tarte as well. It's the double-ended side. I love this angled side. Again, like if you're wanting a more precise wing, you can use this and just drag it out as well. I love the angle for that. And it's also nice to get in your inner corners. I honestly don't use this straight side all that much, but this side though, it's really helpful. Really helps me when I started doing my wings a while back, because it can be tricky when you have like hooded eyes. But whenever I do use a liner brush, these are the two go-tos. Alright, next, this is a brush that is good for whenever I do cut creases. This is actually the brush that I use to blend in or like kind of fix my concealer, or you can use it to do nose contour. This is the Rowan Langnickel Omnia BOM 18 detail brush. I got this in a BoxyCharm, but I'm sure they sell it. But I love this because it's like so dense and it's like rounded at the top. So that's why I was saying it'd be good for contour as well, which I've used it for that. It just kind of doubles as one, but it's really helpful. It's like one of those brushes, when you need it, you need it. Alright, next, these are like my go-to eye brushes. So like I mentioned before, there is like the Copper Dream set, which also comes with a case, by the way, but these are 4 of the eyeshadow brushes that come with it. So you'll get this little detail brush, which is literally the exact same as the Morphe E36, which is my favorite for inner corner highlight or just like under my eye when I really want to be precise and get right against that lower lash line. So that's kind of why I mentioned the Copper Dreams brush set, because this is one of my favorites. So keep that in mind, what I said it's for. We'll literally have it in that set. And then next is this big guy. It's like a bigger fluffy brush, and this one is literally exactly like my Morphe M441. Like, look at that. It's so exciting. Okay, so I love this brush for blending out my crease, and especially like lighter colors when I don't want it as packed, I would guess you could say it. Like, I want to diffuse the color a little bit more. So this is the Morphe M441, but again, they have the exact same brush in the Copper Dream set. It's just not marked. Woo! But you will see it. It's just like the biggest fluffy brush for your eyes, and I love it. And honestly, the Morphe Copper Dream set is softer than this one, so that's also a bonus. Alright, and next, these ones are different. They're in the Copper Dream set, and I really love them. This one has like a wider taper, and this one's a little bit skinnier. This one I will use when I'm deepening my outer V. And then this one I love when I'm like really trying to just focus in, like right on the very edge of the outer corner, and it's just so soft and it's just really nice to blend out. So again, these are both part of the Copper Dream set. I absolutely love these for my lid and the outer part especially. And my crease, the taper part just really gets in there, and I love that about these. It's just really handy when you have hooded eyes. And then next, I love the Morphe M433. I have not seen a brush like this in the Copper Dream set. However, so I would pick this up. I love using this in my crease. It's just fabulous. Then next, this is the Morphe G14. I love this for packing on colors onto my lid. It's just like so soft. I love the packaging on the Gunmetal collection. And yeah, it can do no wrong. It's just so great at packing on color. That's really all I use it for. Alright, my camera is overheating, so hopefully I can finish this really quick. But next, I have this brush from BH Cosmetics. Why do these not say what they are? So this one is just like a flimsy angled brush that I like to use whenever I'm using a black shadow to get right up on my lower lash line for when I want like some darkness but I don't want to use black liner. It's just a little bit softer, if that makes sense. I know I sound crazy, but yeah, I love this for that. I'm not going to mention anymore because for some reason there is no number on it, so I can't really share what it is, so I'm sorry. Next, this is the Morphe E22. Again, I love this for packing on color, but I love using this one to pack on the lightest shade. Like right after I do my concealer, I'll usually prime my eyes, and then I like to use this to set them with a light color. So this one you can also use like in your crease and stuff, but that's just what I love to use it for. And then next I have this Morphe E18 brush, and this is perfect for putting on color on your lower lash line and like smoking it out. I love this brush. Now if you have smaller eyes and more deep set, it might be a little bit too big, so you might have to use the E36, but if you're someone like me, then this brush is literally perfect. And then lastly, I have this Morphe M151 brush. This is just like a good detail brush. Like, it's just nice to have. I use it for like random things all the time, to be honest. So just one of those brushes that's good to have. You can use it in your corner, brow bone highlight, which is actually what it mostly gets used for, to be honest. Or if you're doing a cut crease, you can use this to pack on the concealer, however you do it. That's just how I do it, so that's how I like to use it. And then while I'm on the subject of brushes, whenever I wet my brush, I do like to use a setting spray or my MAC Fix Plus. Alright, so that is it. I know that was a lot. I just thought of you guys. I hope it was helpful. I didn't want it to be like too long and drawn out, so I'm hoping I just kind of like got to the point and maybe like showing you guys some new brushes that you haven't used, so maybe it can help you guys out. These are like my ride or die brushes that I need and take with me anytime I travel. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful, and that is all I have for you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell if you want to be notified when I have a new video up. Hopefully I can get back into the groove of it and start posting more videos. I'm gonna go movie night now, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!